Hi guys, how you doing? Greetings from the shed. It's 10 o'clock Sunday night. I just thought I'd quickly switch this around. Look, I'm using this is the thing for the gym I wear, the tripod. It's not a selfie stick, but it's actually coming in quite handy. Because I decided I wanted to try and explain the session. Obviously, we had a week off. I thought I'd just quickly go through it with you. It's not too dissimilar to what we've been doing, but there's just a few slight alterations. The session we're just going to do 2 exercises, okay, and those 2 exercises are going to be squats and a variation of the dumbbell press, the one we've been doing, but we're going to start with just a one-arm dumbbell press. So what I mean by that is you're going to just not use your legs initially. You'll be doing like taking one dumbbell, the way you've been doing, holding it like this, and pressing it up above your head and then bringing it back down for about 6 or 7 reps. Obviously, the first time you do it, it might be a bit difficult to estimate what weight you need to drop to based on the push press. But we're just going to do 1 or 2 sessions of it just to gain a bit more focus on strength and stability and control. Partly because it's been a week off, and partly because it's always good to come back to that because you're going to be getting stronger and stronger in the dumbbell push press. So we want to just strip it back a wee bit, simplify it a bit, and change the focus slightly. So you probably need to drop the dumbbell down a couple, maybe like from, for example, 20 to 15 maybe. But what you can do is maybe, even if you can only do 5 reps up and down without your legs, and then add in the push press at that point, just to bring the rep count up to maybe 8 or 9. So find a dumbbell that you can do maybe 5 or 6 reps without the legs, nice and controlled, and then add in the push press, okay? Squats, we're still looking for 5 reps, but that could vary. You could come down to 3 if there's a bit of you can have a bit of trial and error between 3 and 5 reps, okay, especially as the sets go on. I'm hoping that because there's just 2 exercises here, you'll get a bit more rest. Okay, so it's not necessarily to do more sets, it depends how fast you go through this, but it's to get more rest in between the squat sets. So we're looking for maybe 3 minutes rest between the squat sets. One, if you're working at the appropriate weight or intensity. Hopefully having the gym aware the week before we finished gave you a good guide as to where you should be working. We'll get the gym aware in maybe next week again actually, just to sort of touch base with it, just to make sure again. So the 3 minutes rest is appropriate if you're working at the right intensity, okay, so in that intensity it means the load that you're lifting. So if you're working at the right intensity, 3 minutes is bang on. If you're lifting too light, then 3 minutes is it's not necessary, but we want you to be lifting so that 3 minutes is necessary. Okay, so that's that section there. We've also changed I've taken out the hip thruster in, but we've taken out the step-ups from that section. I just felt the problem with dumbbell step-ups is they take longer because it's 2 legs, right? And I'd asked someone who, at the end of week 8, as they were on the way out the door, how many sets of hip thrusts they managed. And I think they said 2, which is a wee bit less than I'd expected. 3 is the bare minimum I would like everyone to get to, and I would have thought in the time frame that was possible. But I'm hoping now you're going to be doing the hip thrusts, ab rollouts, and pull-ups. Okay, so those exercises don't take that long, obviously, okay, because they're unilateral. Sorry, they're not unilateral, they're bilateral, right? They're like both arms at once, and then ab rollouts, obviously, you're going in and out. So hip thrusts, ab rollouts, and pull-ups. And then the last section, okay, tricep cable extension again. The step-ups are going to be now in. So the step-ups are still in, but they're now in the set. So it's going to be dumbbell step-ups, 8 to 10 reps, cable tricep overhead extension, and kettlebell swings. Okay, so because we've got kettlebell swings in for the first time, we've taken out stiff leg deadlifts because they're both posterior chain hip dominant movements. And we've had a week off, there's hip thrust in the session. I just thought hip thrust, stiff leg deadlifts, and kettlebell swings for the first time in a while could be a wee bit too much, especially when you've got squats in there as well, in terms of the muscles around the lower back might start to fatigue. So what we're looking for is, with the kettlebell swings, I'll probably make a video on kettlebell swings this week in terms of the technique, just to remind everyone of it, although maybe I've already got 1 or 2 or 3, I don't know. But maybe somewhere between 20 and 40 repetitions. Okay, so it's up to you where you start on that. 20 reps obviously probably a starting point, but everyone who's been doing the classes for a while is pretty well conditioned on kettlebell swings, so you'll probably find quite quickly you can up that. So anywhere between 20 and 40 is fine. Go by how it feels, go by how your lower back starts to feel. the higher the volume in the kettlebells, you tend to start to feel it more in the glutes. So I wanted to sort of like look out for that. That's kind of what we're looking for. As well, it's a kind of subtle change. It's a subtle step towards a wee bit more heavier volume conditioning type stuff that we're going to integrate into the second half of the session of the block, especially with the lovely fun Hercules tasks that I've got in mind. So one of them, I've forgotten the names that I've made up, but one of them is the Bell of Aragon or something, right? Just a fancy way of saying kettlebell swings, right? But you're going to be doing a high volume of kettlebell swings. Oh, that's the challenge. The challenge is to see if you can nail a certain number of kettlebell swings. So we want to start conditioning the muscles again for that one. So that's the session. So have it in your head. Squats and dumbbell shoulder press is in one section. We're looking for 3 to 5 reps of squats. So have a plan in your head. You should already know a weight that you're appropriate weight for you based on the last few weeks, based on the gym aware stuff, that kind of thing. So have it sort of a plan in your head. Get a good warm up before the session starts, and then don't waste any time. Just get a good warm up set in right away. 5 reps. That's not too far away from what you're aiming for. Okay, so if you're going to squat 80 kilos, like there's no point having 30 kilos in the bar for 2 sets. Like get stuck in pretty early. Okay, and then you've got the step ups. Again, the step ups. I understand I sent a video trying to explain the focus should be on like loading up the front leg, but it's not exclusive of the front leg either. Okay, so the whole point is we're trying to load the leg with the kettlebells. We're trying to load it up. We're trying to load the muscle, increasing the intensity of it. So I think a few folk maybe took it too literally and then just decided to do essentially a one-legged pistol squat. They were just sort of like going up and down, keeping the foot off the ground. It's a slightly different exercise. So you're allowed a little bit of a step up from the rear leg, but the whole focus is to not make that too much of the dominant movement. So there's going to be a subtle amount. It's unavoidable. As long as you're concentrating on focusing, pushing up through the front leg and slowly peeling that rear foot off the ground as you push your front foot down into the table. And remember, you can control it on the way down, and controlling it on the way down gives you that eccentric overload that you wouldn't get if you controlled it on the way down without the extra weight. Okay, so just bear that in mind as well. So if you're at all unsure about that, load it up and then just focus on the way down more. That way you're getting an eccentric overload that you wouldn't get without the kettlebell weight. Okay, so step ups, tricep overhead extensions, kettlebell swings, okay, and then your hip thrust, your ab rollouts, and your pull-ups. And that is the first session of week 9. See you soon. I'll go to bed.